Ahoy there, lovebirds! Welcome aboard the Love Boat, where the water's as smooth as silk and the romance is as cheesy as the captain's jokes. Join us on a hilarious journey as we set sail on the Pacific Princess, the floating love shack that's been making waves on television since 1977.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Captain.
For you, maybe. Will you get a haircut?
Yes, sir.
With a crew that's more wacky than seaworthy, and a captain whose charm can rival even the smoothest of sea turtles.
Well, you're the captain.
Yes, I am.
See, I knew one of us was.
The Love Boat promises to deliver more laughs and love than you can shake a life buoy at. From steamy shipyard romances to outrageous guest star cameos, this show has it all. Get ready to set sail on the Love Boat, where the drinks are always flowing and the love triangles are always afloat, with the cast such as Gavin MacLeod, Bernie Koppel, Fred Grandy, and Lauren Tews.
Many of you have sailed with us before, and you can see none of us actors are getting older, but you are.
Before his most famous role on the Love Boat, MacLeod graced the screen as Murray Slaughter on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. This was a role that earned him 2 Primetime Emmy Award nominations, so suffice it to say, he was an established actor even before his memorable portrayal of the charming and charismatic captain of the Pacific Princess. At the age of 43, after The Mary Tyler Moore Show, he was immediately booked for the Love Boat. The farcical comedy role was so pertinent and fitting that he ended up earning a Golden Globe nomination in 1983 for the performance. Gavin MacLeod played Captain Merrill Steubing flawlessly, serving as an anchoring figure to both the crew and audience alike.
A cruise is a good way to change that. You'll see.
Despite being initially told by his agent that Love Boat's script was terrible,
All those critics laughed at us, said we're not going to last more than 2 weeks.
MacLeod recognized the potential of the show and the opportunity it presented to him as a seasoned television professional. The show's feel-good premise was exactly what he was looking for, and it turned out to be a massive success in the American household.
Is there a captain's tour?
There is now.
In more recent times, MacLeod made entertaining appearances in some comedy shows such as The King of Queens and That 70s Show. He has had a tumultuous personal life, but a fruitful one nonetheless. Together with his wife, the two were both evangelical Protestants, and he was known for hosting the Trinity Broadcasting Network for well over 17 years, where the husband and wife duo featured a program called Back on Course that focused on, you guessed it, marriage. In 2013, MacLeod published his memoir, which was aptly titled, This Is Your Captain Speaking, My Fantasy Voyage Through Hollywood, Faith, and Life, which was obviously alluding to his iconic role as Captain Steubing. Unfortunately, after battling health issues, Gavin MacLeod passed away on May 29, 2021, at his residence in Palm Desert, California. He was 90 years old. Much like MacLeod, his co-star is also a veteran actor who has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry with his talent and charisma. Born in New York City in 1933, Bernie Koppel started his career in the 1960s and since has made a name for himself in the arts. Being from New York, you can already assume that he isn't going to be content with a single medium. He dabbled in everything from TV to movies to Broadway productions. By the time he was 44, Koppel was cast for Love Boat and portrayed the ship's physician for 9 years, and his comedic timing and chemistry with the rest of the cast made him a fan favorite. In fact, he even used his wit and knack for theatrics to write some of the episodes himself.
Little sis.
Stop.
Isn't it past your bedtime?
But besides Love Boat, Koppel made appearances on a host of other TV shows, the most iconic of which were Get Smart, The Munsters, and Bewitched. Besides shining in front of a camera, Koppel had some lesser-known contributions to mainstream media. His amazing baritone had him doing voice work for animated shows like Batman, the animated series, and The Smurfs. And interestingly enough, he was also a writer on The Electric Company, the beloved educational TV show from the 1970s. Off-screen, Koppel is a family man who has been married to his wife, Katrina Hanadol, since 1997. They have 2 children together, and the 89-year-old Koppel is also a stepfather to Katrina's 2 children from a previous relationship. But it's not just his family. Bernie is known for being friendly and professional on set. In fact, he has remained close with many of his Love Boat co-stars over the years, including Gavin MacLeod and Ted Lang. But if you really want something to blow your socks off, he holds a PhD in theater from UCLA. He earned his degree while already already a working actor, proving that you're never too old to aim for the stars and pursue your passions. But speaking of actors with interesting side gigs, our next entry is no stranger to strong opinions and confrontation. That's right, Fred Grandy, who played the affable gopher, is a prolific actor but an even better politician. I guess that's how he was able to convince writers to make him a central figure in many of the show's plot lines.
But I would just like to say one thing. Quantity will never replace quality.
His career in both the entertainment industry and politics have made marvelous strides, making him a multifaceted personality. He was also a college roommate of the future U.S. President Bill Clinton while attending Georgetown University. Suddenly, the political career sort of makes sense. Grandy began his career in the entertainment industry in the early 1970s with a series of small roles in television and film. He gained recognition for his portrayal of Chris in the 1972 movie Maude. However, it was his role as gopher that really made him a household name. From 1977 to 1986, Grandy, aged 29 at the time, played the charming and quirky cruise director on the show, and his performance was spectacular. After his stint on the Love Boat, he took a hiatus from acting and turned his attention to politics. In 1986, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, where he served for 8 years. During his tenure in Congress, Grandy voiced and advocated for issues related to education, transportation, and national security. Despite his successful political career, Grandy never lost his love for acting. He continued to appear in various television shows and films, including Diagnosis Murder, George and Leo, and Eating Las Vegas. He became known for hosting a daily radio talk show, The Grandy Group, which aired on 630 WMAL in Washington, D.C. Today, Fred is 74 but shows no signs of slowing down. He was the CEO of Goodwill Industries International until 2000 and still takes to his roots and occasionally turns up on episodes of running TV shows, the most recent of which was Sprung. Lauren Too's rode to fame as Julie McCoy, the charming and delightful cruise director of the Love Boat. Her career spanned over 4 decades and showcased her versatility as an actress, television host, and producer. While she did manage acclaim, her time on the show was sadly cut short because of personal complications. Too's acting career began in the early 70s with small roles in TV shows like The FBI and Barnaby Jones. However, at 24 years old, her portrayal of the bubbly, competent cruise director made her a fan favorite, and she was nominated for a People's Choice Award for Favorite Female Performer in a New TV Program in 1979.
But I knew what you were up to all along, you sneaky kid.
Well, that's me.
By all accounts, she was doing really well, but under the surface, things weren't going her way. Too's faced personal struggles during her career, including drug addiction, which led to her departure from the Love Boat after the 7th season. She has since been open about her struggles with addiction and has advocated for sobriety. Luckily, she was able to cut herself loose from the shackles of addiction and now revels in her new career as a chef at a catering company in Seattle. Her specialization at culinary school was cheese. Her acting career didn't grind at a halt after the incident, however, as she continued to appear in guest roles on various TV shows like Murder, She Wrote and Fantasy Island. She also hosted the syndicated talk show Attitudes from 1985 to 1989. Despite these struggles, Too's talent and charisma on screen were undeniable, and her performances earned her a special place in the hearts of fans. And with overwhelming support from her former cast, she is now 69 years old and has been sober for well over 35 years. Now that is an achievement worth celebrating. For many people of the 70s and 80s, The Love Boat was the quintessential escapist fantasy filled to the brim with colorful locations and poetic love stories. The entire show was an adventure and a whole lot of fun. You really can't do much better than this. While it was not Titanic, The Love Boat definitely did capture the heart of an entire generation, and it's all thanks to the cast that made everything come together.